Today is Monday, January 26th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. And what a weekend it was. A major winter storm causing disruptions across really most of the United States, but especially across the south and up into the northeast. We have record cold that continues this morning, and we had a major ice storm that took place for places in the deep south, and also some significant ice up through Tennessee and into Kentucky. And for many of those areas, power still out with some extremely cold temperatures on this Monday morning. So that's the big story here, is the extreme cold. Temperatures running good 35 degrees below average. That is insane. This is not a usual air mass. What am I saying? 3, 2, 1. Today is Monday, January 26th, and this is your forecast for the central United States. What a weekend it was. A major winter storm bringing snow and ice across the south, from Texas through Arkansas, northern Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, up through the Carolinas, and then eventually on into the northeast. There were power outages that still continue this morning, and we have some extremely cold temperatures for folks that don't have power. That is just a tough situation. So we're talking a major ice storm that took place, especially across Tennessee, up through Kentucky and the western Carolinas, and then heavy snow that ripped up through the northeast and is still producing some snow for parts of the northeast this morning. But the big story, I think, for most this morning on a Monday here is the extremely cold temperatures. We have highs today in the teens for Grand Rapids, Detroit, still some lingering lake effect flurries and snow showers cutting across Michigan. 19, that's it for you in Cleveland. Only 10 for a high in Chicago. Cincinnati, only 14. Same for you in Louisville. Only 18 in Nashville, where we've had lots of power outages, and over toward Memphis, same deal. 18 degrees for a high for you, 17 in St. Louis. And it looks like this is going to be a prolonged event of cold temperatures through at least Friday. Not that this is much better, but at least we get into the 20s. You know, it's rough when I'm saying that. So it is an extended and extremely cold period of weather here for us, and it looks like the same deal for you in Chicago. As we move off to the southeast, Mid-Atlantic is cold as well. 28 in DC today. You'll probably drop to near zero tonight, by the way. 52 with some showers this morning moving out in Wilmington. 40 in Charleston. 63 for you in Savannah. And then Atlanta, only 38 today. We got 43 for a high in New Orleans, and not even above freezing in Dallas. That's a major issue. Folks got to remember to keep that water running. In fact, that's true for anyone here in the south. The insulation is just not what it is up north. Just make sure you put that water at least trickling a little bit. Avoid any bursting of your pipes. This is going to be the case right through the end of the week. I don't see any change in sight for the next 7 to 10 days, actually. I mean, it is a very brutal cold weather pattern here for the end of January into the start of February. Where there is not a cold snap happening, it's in South Florida. It is a nice morning underway, sunny and warm for you this afternoon. Isolated shower possible, but generally mostly dry for this evening. Yeah, the cold front's going to come through for you too. So at least starting tomorrow, looks like Florida, you also in South Florida will get in on the colder temperatures, 60s for you in the foreseeable future. Yeah, that's a crazy weather pattern we're in for the next, looks like almost 2 weeks. So that is your Monday morning weather update. I hope everyone has a great start to the week. Remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.